Most neighborhoods around Camp Lejeune are pretty cookie cutter, but Chadwick Shores definitely is not. Today, I'm going to introduce you to one of the most unique waterfront communities around Camp Lejeune. I'll show you what it's actually like to live here. We'll go through some neighborhood amenities and even take a tour of a home currently on the market. At the end of this video, I think you'll understand why Chadwick Shores is a favorite for military families at Camp Lejeune. Now, before I get into what makes Chadwick Shores such an amazing place to live, let's talk about where it's located and what your commute times are going to be like if you're working on the base. So Chadwick Shores is in Sneads Ferry. This is what I like to call your beach town close to base. Sneads Ferry is south of Camp Lejeune, and it is just a short drive over the bridge to get to Topsail beaches. It's a beautiful location for military families who are wanting a more relaxed beach coastal life while they're living here at Camp Lejeune. If you are working on the south side of base, this is a really great location for you. You'll have a pretty short commute if you're working on Courthouse Bay and going through that back gate of base. You're looking at about 15 minutes to get through there. If you are working at Stones Bay, which is right here in Sneads Ferry, a part of Camp Lejeune, your drive is also going to be about 15 minutes. It's really not long. The one consideration to make is that traffic on Highway 210 can be pretty busy during certain times of year. Because Sneads Ferry is this beautiful beach town, we get a lot of tourism, and during the summer months, it can be pretty crowded with traffic. So 15-minute drive to Stone Bay, however, summertime, add on a little bit more. Now, if you're working at the air station, you probably have about 25 minutes or so, maybe longer, depending on traffic. And if you're working on the main side of base, I really recommend that you look into where exactly on base you'll be working, because those commute times can definitely vary based on the location of your office. But to give you a kind of general commute time, if you are trying to get to the commissary, it's about a 30-minute drive. Now, beyond just going to work, you're also going to have a pretty short commute when you want to get to the beach. You've only got about 15 minutes to get from Chadwick Shores over to the beaches on Topsail Island. Additionally, you're just a short drive to the shopping in Sneads Ferry. Now, we don't have a ton of shopping here, but we have a few stores and some pretty tasty restaurants in the area that you can get to very easily from Chadwick Shores. Now let's talk about the actual feel and vibe of living in Chadwick Shores, because I think this is what makes this neighborhood so unique. Within Chadwick Shores, you are going to find such a wide variety of housing options. There are smaller ranch-style homes all the way up to luxury beachfront properties within this same subdivision, all under the same HOA, all enjoying these same neighborhood amenities. And that's something that's pretty unique for the area. And I think this variety really adds to the character of the neighborhood. We have homes that were constructed in the 80s all the way up to brand new construction. You'll find that throughout the neighborhood, including some vacant lots that are still available for construction that's going to happen at some point in the future. A few other things that I just love about this neighborhood, and I find other people really love too, the homes are set a bit farther back from the road. You've got longer driveways, a bit more space in between houses. The lots just feel a lot more spacious than a lot of the newer subdivisions that are being built. Additionally, because the neighborhood has been here a while, you'll find a lot of mature landscaping, mature trees. It looks cozy, lived in, loved, and it has that kind of variety that I find a lot of people are really looking for in a place that they want to make feel like home. Now let's talk about the neighborhood amenities, because I feel like this is something that really sets the neighborhood apart. Chadwick Shores is a gated community, so to get into the neighborhood, if the gates are closed, you're going to need a gate code, and that adds to the feeling of exclusivity and also a feeling of security within the neighborhood. Once you're inside the neighborhood, you'll find that they have a community playground, covered picnic areas, a really nice spot if you wanted to reserve and have a birthday party, a get together with friends. It's just so nice to have that right within walking distance in your own neighborhood. Now, the favorite, or my favorite feature of this neighborhood is that it does have a community dock, but it is private, so only open to the residents of that neighborhood. You can fish off the dock, and something very interesting, at least currently, is that there's a huge osprey nest out on the dock. And so if you want to see the beautiful local wildlife here in North Carolina, you're going to see it. Down by the dock, there's also picnic tables, another covered pavilion, just a really nice area where you can get together with people and enjoy the water and the absolutely stunning views that we have here in Sneads Ferry. Now, kind of surprisingly, the HOA for this neighborhood is very reasonable. Last I checked, it's only $550 a year to live in this neighborhood and pay for that HOA. Compared to a lot of the other neighborhoods in the area, this is super reasonable to get that water access. So I've told you the neighborhood has so much variety in homes. Let's dive a little bit deeper into what that variety is. I looked at the data over the last year, and there have been homes sold in a very wide range of prices. We're talking about a home under $200,000 sold as a fixer-upper, all the way up to homes sold for over $1 million. That variety does not exist in most neighborhoods in this area. Now, that range is huge. And so within that range, you're going to find quite a bit of variety. And the pricing is really going to be based on the quality of the home, the size of the home, and the location. The location in the neighborhood will make a very big difference in that pricing, because there are some homes that are completely landlocked, whereas there's also homes that have their own docks. They are right on the water. Now, to give you a better idea of what houses are actually like in the neighborhood, we're going to go ahead and tour a home that's currently on the market. And this one is priced right in the middle, currently listed in the high 400s. So here we are at 1616 Chadwick Shores Drive. This is a 4-bedroom home, 2.5 bathrooms, and right around 2,400 square feet. It was built in 2023, so it's quite a bit newer than a lot of the homes that we see in the neighborhood. It's right now listed at $482,500, and what you'll notice about this home is that it has a lot more custom details than some of the other newer construction homes you find in Sneads Ferry. Some of those details are the modern molding, the updated light fixtures. There's all granite in the kitchen, in the bathrooms, tiled shower, tiled bathtub, the paneled doors, the extra paneling in some of those other rooms in the home. There's been a lot of care and detail put into this one to support that price point. And those more custom and unique details are something that we find in a lot of the homes in Chadwick Shores, which is why people just love this neighborhood. So now that you've seen the neighborhood, seen what's available, let's talk about who this neighborhood is a great fit for. This is a really good fit for a military family if your service member is working on that south side of base, because you're going to have a shorter commute. Or if you're working on New River, a lot of people from the air station love Sneads Ferry. It's great for a service member who wants to be close to the water. Not only are you close to the water because you're living in Sneads Ferry and you've got that quick access to Topsail beaches, but you also have water access right within your neighborhood. If you are looking for a more mature neighborhood, you want something that feels unique, not so cookie cutter, then Chadwick Shores is a great choice for you and your family. This neighborhood is not going to be a good fit for somebody who wants a new subdivision. You can find new construction in Chadwick Shores, but it's not quite as much as if you were to move into a brand new construction neighborhood. Additionally, if you want a neighborhood with sidewalks, unfortunately, no sidewalks here, but the streets have been okay for walking. If you are looking for additional amenities in your neighborhood, like a pool or a clubhouse, those kinds of things are just not here in Chadwick Shores. And lastly, if you are someone who loves convenience, meaning being close to shopping, groceries, and more of city amenities, then Chadwick Shores might not be right for you, and Sneads Ferry might not be right for you. I would recommend you take a look up in Jacksonville if you're wanting to be a bit closer to those city type amenities. So in closing, Chadwick Shores is one of those neighborhoods that's just hard to compare because it's so unique. But I hope that this video has given you a better idea of what it actually feels like to live here, and if this could be a good spot for you and your family. If you want to explore more about this neighborhood or any other neighborhoods around Camp Lejeune, please reach out to me because I would absolutely love to help. My husband has been stationed here at Camp Lejeune for over 10 years. So I have really come to know the areas around here, whether you're looking in Jacksonville, Richland, Sneads Ferry, Holly Ridge, Hampstead. I've been there, and I would love to help you find the area that's really going to feel like home for you so you can make the most of your time here at Camp Lejeune. Okay, bye.